Southern food is the queen here today. We're going to have some great Southern food with those great wines from Virginia, Washington State, and Loire Valley. So today I'm going to make a couple of smoked soft-shell crab dishes for you. First thing I'm going to do, I don't know if you've ever seen one of these. It's a little handheld smoker. It's just awesome, and it's easy to use. You get these little chips with it, and you can just put a few chips in your top right there. And I'm going to smoke one of the crabs before I cook it. I'm going to smoke the other after I cook it. So show you how I do that. Now what we want to do is just give that a little light, and we need to turn it on. Here we go. Now as it lights, you can see the smoke just coming right out. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Now the first crab that I'm going to do is a marinated soft-shell crab that I have in some herbs, some lime zest, and some olive oil. So what I want to do is put a little smoke in that bag, and I'm going to let that sit for just a few minutes while I cook the other soft-shell crabs. Now soft shells are awesome, and they are available about April to November in this part of the country. And when you're using soft-shell crabs, remember they're just like other crabs. They are other crabs. The molting season has just come, and the shells are now off the crabs. All right, now I'm just going to turn that off, and then I want to get started with my plain soft-shell crab. With this one, I'm going to make a sandwich. So what I have here is a little bit of flour and cornmeal. Now I like to use flour and cornmeal in combination equally on this, and I want to just make sure that that crab is dry. Touch it down on my paper towel, and then I'll put it right here. Let's just dust it all around, and then I want to put it in a nice hot pan that has some olive oil and some butter. There we go. And it's relatively hot. Could be just a little bit hotter, but that's okay. It's going to heat up on me. Now, let me just move this one out of the way, because what I want to do is get this other crab ready. Oh, that smoke releases. It's awesome. And just make sure it drips all the oil off. Then we're going to dredge that. Now with this, I have thyme, basil, a little bit of fresh oregano, some fresh parsley, a little lemon zest, olive oil. It makes a really delicious entree. All right, we're just gonna do that a little bit. And I'm gonna let this one sit here for just a minute until I flip over that other crab. I don't want to get them confused. I want to know which one is for the sandwich and which one is for the entree. Get that nicely breaded. There we go. Now, I just want to make a little tartar sauce to go with this. And I love a good savory tartar sauce. And what I'm doing now is I'm taking some capers with juice, and I'm going to put them in some mayo. Now, I like to use the capers with the extra juice because it gives a nice salty, briny flavor. A little bit of dill pickle relish, some ground garlic powder, a little bit of Old Bay seasoning, some dried chives. I've got a little bit of cayenne and some red onion. Now you can use green onion for this as well, but I like the red because it gives a little extra color. A little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of lime juice. There we go with the lemon. Catch those seeds, and then with the lime. Remember, the lime doesn't have any seeds, so that makes it easy. Just gorgeous. Now, while these are cooking, I'm going to set up my plates to get ready. So with the sandwich, I'm going to serve that on a homemade sandwich roll that I made this morning, and then we're going to serve it with a little bit of coleslaw, just a simple slaw, and chips, and this delicious tartar sauce. With the entree, I'm going to serve that with a smoked grits that I put in some Old Bay seasoning and some cheddar cheese. They're delicious. And then this morning, I picked some beautiful Swiss chard out of my garden, and I just sauteed that with a little bit of shallot and some bacon. So I'm going to clean this up. We're going to finish these, and then I'll plate those up for you. This smells amazing. And I just want to blot that a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. And then I'm going to put it over on a plate because I want to smoke this. Remember, I'm smoking both of these soft shell crabs. And what I want to do now is to take my plastic wrap and just cover up as tightly as I can, leaving one little hole for my smoker, and I'm going to turn that smoker back on. All right, now, there we go. We've got some smoke rolling, and I'm going to stick that right under there. Let's try to just hold all that smoke in. I couldn't go to a smoked event without having some smoked food, right? Delicious. Aside from a little pop of grease on my jacket and some that I got on the tablecloth, this is just an amazing recipe and a fun one to make. Now, with this crab cake, I'm going to serve a Virginia Sauvignon Blanc. This one is from the Middleburg region, and it is crisp. It's delicious. It's wonderful. Really great regionality with this particular food, so I hope you'll enjoy that one. The one that I'm serving with this dish is a French. This is a Domaine Millet from Saint-Cyr in the Loire Valley, and both are Sauvignon Blancs. You can see by the color that they're just a little bit different. It depends on where they're grown, where the grapes are harvested, where the what kind of soils are there. So this one has a much more flinty soil. It goes really, really well with the smoky flavor, the little touch of vinegar in the greens, and the smokiness and cheese and that Old Bay flavor of the grits. Now, this is the mother grape of Cabernet Sauvignon. So what I love about Southern food is family, and today I'm going to show you the mother grape and the father grape. So stay with me, enjoy what we're going to show you next, and then we'll be back with some Cabernet Franc.